Hello everyone, my name is CA Anuj Gupta. Today I am going to discuss about Zoom video conferencing app. As you know that countrywide lockdown is going on. After lockdown, you have observed that the frequency of webinars, video conferencing, classes through virtual mode has been increased. Most of these webinars, video conferences and interviews has been conducted through Zoom. Do you guys know about how Zoom app started, where it has been started, and why Zoom app become number one app in this lockdown. What are their strategies and from where their funding is coming. So let's start. So in this slide you can see what we are going to know about Zoom in this presentation. We are going to know about its history, its funding, its growth and IPO, and one important thing that how coronavirus has become the turning point for Zoom. And we are also going to know about its products, services, and many more things. So let's start. So let's start with the history of the Zoom. Zoom was founded by Eric Yuan in 2011. He left Cisco in April 2011 to start his own company. It is originally named as SASB, which was renamed to Zoom in May 2012. In November 2012, the company signed Stanford University as their first customer. At that point of time, Zoom supports 25 participants. By the end of its first month, Zoom had 4 lakh users, and by May 2013, it had 1 million users. In November 2015, the former president of Ring Central, was David Verman was named president of the company. The company raised funds in 5 rounds: seed funding, Series A, B, C, and D. In seed funding, company raised around $3 million of seed money from Webex founder Subra Iyer, former Cisco SVP and General Counsel Dan Schneemann, and venture capitalist Matt O'Keefe. After that, they again raised the fund in January 2013. In that, in Series A round, they raised around $6 million from Qualcomm Ventures, Yahoo founder Jerry Yang, Webex founder Subra Iyer, and former Cisco SVP and General Counsel Dan Schneemann. After that, they again raised fund in September 2013. In September 2013, the Series B funding, the company raised around $6.5 million from Facebook, Waze, and is existing in. In February 2015, they had done their Series C funding, where they have raised around $30 million from investors including Emergence Capitals, Horizon Ventures, Qualcomm Ventures, Jerry Yang, and Patrick Soon-Sion. In the last round of funding, they have raised around $100 million from Sequoia Capital in January 2017. At that time, their valuation is around $1 billion, which make them a unicorn company. Now we will talk about the growth of Zoom. In July 2013, Zoom established partnerships with B2B collaboration software providers such as Redboot. In 2015 and 16, the company integrated its software with Slack, Salesforce, and Skype for Business. In April 2017, Zoom launched a scalable telehealth product allowing doctors to host remote consultation with patients. From September 25 to 27, 2017, Zoom hosted Zoomotopia 2017, Zoom's first annual user conference in which they announced about first steps towards an artificial intelligence speech recognition program. After going for various rounds of funding, Zoom promoters decided to go public. On April 18, 2019, Zoom share was offered to public through IPO. Zoom was listed on Nasdaq at a price of 36 US dollar, and the share price increased over 72% on the first day of its trading. Zoom was valued at approximately $16 billion on the end of its first day of trading. Its share price as on 12th May 2020 is 166.48 US dollar on Nasdaq. Now we will see how coronavirus become a turning point for Zoom. As we all know, coronavirus has become a very serious problem for whole world. Many of the business were facing losses, but on the other hand, Zoom profits has been increased. Due to coronavirus, meetings through video conferencing by business houses has been conducted, teaching activities through video conferencing has been started, and various webinars were also conducted. And major of these activities are conducted through Zoom app. Zoom has offered its services to schools in many countries for free. By February 2020, Zoom had gained 2.22 million users in 2020. It is more users than it gained entirely in 2019. Daily average users rose from about 10 million in December 2019 to about 200 million in March 2020, with 300 million daily meeting participants by the end of April 2020. Its share price $70 per share in January 2020 has rose to $150 per share by the end of March, and giving the company a market valuation of around 42 billion US dollars. Now we will discuss what type of products has been offered by the Zoom. Zoom is compatible with Windows, Mac operating system, iOS, Android and Linux. Use of the platform is free for video conferences up to 100 participants with a 40-minute time limit if there are more than 2 participants. And Zoom has several tiers like Basic, Pro, Business and Enterprise. Now we will see what are the keys to growth for Zoom. First is infrastructure. Features like failover and load balancing gives online business meetings the reliability they deserve, due to which IT administrators love Zoom. Second is ease of use. Zoom provides screen sharing and video conferencing facilities simultaneously. Any other app before Zoom does not give such facility. Third is cost effectiveness. Zoom provides one-on-one meeting for free for 40 minutes. It also saves various costs like travel costs of traveling across the world for meetings. Here we will discuss about key features of Zoom. Some of the key features are screen sharing, content sharing, annotation, messaging recording, webinars, demos, tutorials, group meetings, client meetings, multiple participants, personal meeting ID, integrations, mobility, and Zoom groups. In coming 3 slides, we will know about the competitors of the Zoom. Some of the competitors of Zoom are Skype Meet Now. Skype Meet Now, you can record the call for up to 30 days and you can also blur the background if you need. Second is Cisco WebEx. Here, meeting can be conducted up to 100 participants. There is unlimited time for each meeting. After that, you can see Google Meet, which also allowed up to 100 participants. Hangouts. In Hangouts, voice conversations can have up to 150 participants. Then Starleaf and Whereby. In Whereby, they are also providing screen sharing, YouTube integration, and ability to lock room. Zoom has also faced various criticism. First is Zoom bombing. It means hackers hack the meeting and shout racial slurs or threats. Zoom meeting URL can be easily guessed by the hackers. To get over this, Zoom has released various guidelines also. After that, Zoom does not provide end-to-end encryption. End-to-end encryption means a system which secures communication so that it can only be read by the users involved. Zoom confirmed that end-to-end encryption was not currently possible on the platform and apologized for the confusion it caused by the incorrectly suggesting the opposite. Third is security flaws. In 2019, it was revealed that Zoom had quietly installed a hidden web server on user devices that could allow the user to be added to a call without their permission. In India, various guidelines issued by National Cyber Coordination Center for using the Zoom safely. These guidelines are the user ID and password for each meeting should be regularized, which means you should enter new credentials for each meeting. Set up a waiting room for video meetings by default so that there can be no unauthorized access by strangers. Also, you are recommended to disable join before enabling host for a video meeting. As far as screen sharing is concerned, it should be done by host only. The recording should be restricted. The host should disable the allow remove participants to rejoin. The file transfer option should be limited or better disabled for certain video meetings that you think may not require file sharing. The host should log a video meeting after checking all the participants have joined it. The video meetings, when complete, should be ended rather than being just left by the host as well as the participants. So guys, I hope after watching this video, you have learned many things about Zoom and how to use Zoom safely. I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching.